A Golden Girl, a Seinfeld alum, and a sci-fi heartthrob. While NBC's Blossom was Mayim Bialik's breakout role, numerous big-name guest stars appeared on the show as well, some of whom had their careers cut tragically short. Those who grew up in the 1990s will no doubt recognize Jonathan Brandis, who became a teen idol after a string of heartthrob roles. Brandis was 6 when he made his on-screen debut, appearing in a 1982 episode of long-running soap opera One Life to Live and various TV commercials. But in 1990, the Connecticut native appeared in the never-ending story 2, The Next Chapter, and the cult classic TV adaptation of Stephen King's It. The following year, he appeared on Blossom as Stevie, a boy that both Blossom and her friend Six, played by Jenna Von Oy, take a shining to. Brandis was perhaps best known for his role in the Steven Spielberg-produced sci-fi series Sequest DSV. He appeared in all 57 episodes of the show, which ran for 3 seasons and garnered him a Young Artists Award in 1993. His career began to slow when the 2000s arrived. He was cast as Private Louis P. Wakely in 2002's Heart's War, a Bruce Willis-led wartime drama, but his scenes got cut. In November 2003, reports that the actor had died by suicide emerged. Police later confirmed that this was indeed the case, devastating his fans. He was 27. Tributes to veteran TV actor Mary Pat Gleason poured in after her death in 2020. Gleason, who made memorable appearances on shows like Friends and Sex and the City, as well as Blossom, died of cancer at age 70, Variety confirmed. Her manager told The Hollywood Trade she was a fighter to the end. The actor racked up hundreds of credits during her career, most of them on television. After appearing in a 1982 episode of NBC's Texas, in which she would go on to play Doris Hodges in the long-running soap opera, Gleason became ever-present on TV screens. Her most notable roles include AA member Mary on the CBS sitcom Mom and appearances on both runs of Will and Grace. Star Allison Janney said in a tribute Instagram post, "She was part of our Mom family and we loved her so much. She was one of our favorite guest stars. Her kind heart and warm smile will be missed." Hilary Duff worked with Gleason in A Cinderella Story, Gleason's most notable film appearance. In an email to USA Today, Duff called her a wonderful woman who is such an industry veteran and badass. Veteran actor Ian Abercrombie, who appeared as Mr. Winters in the Blossom Season 5 episode Hi Diddly Dee, died of kidney failure in 2012. He was 77. Abercrombie was born in England, but moved to the US as a teenager. The actor scored roles in tons of TV shows and movies, including Army of Darkness, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, and Wild Wild West, but he would become best known for his work on the small screen. Abercrombie appeared in 7 episodes of Seinfeld as Mr. Pitt, the pain-in-the-neck boss of Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character Elaine Bennis. He told CNN at the time, "I have been around as an actor for 40-odd years, and this show knocked me out of the ballpark."
Goody! Yes, yes, yes!
He subsequently showed up on Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Star Trek Voyager. In his final on-screen role, he played Professor Crumbs in Disney Channel's Wizards of Waverly Place. Comedian and actor Phyllis Diller, who appeared in 3 episodes of Blossom as Mrs. Peterson, passed away peacefully in her sleep in 2012, her manager told CNN. The Emmy and Golden Globe nominee was 95. Born during the First World War, Diller wrote copy for a California newspaper before setting her sights on comedy. The flamboyant performer did her first show in 1955 and didn't look back. Hollywood agent Fred Westbrook told CNN, "She was a true pioneer. She was the first lady of stand-up comedy. She paved the way for Joan Rivers, Chelsea Handler, Roseanne Barr, Ellen DeGeneres, and all the women stand-up comics. She was the first and the best." Joan Rivers said in a tribute tweet, "The only tragedy is that Phyllis Diller was the last from an era that insisted a woman had to look funny in order to be funny."
If you're looking for another bubble girl, I'm ready.
She had her own variety show in the 1960s, and she would go on to become a prolific voice actor in later decades. Diller brought her distinctive tone to everything from A Bug's Life to Family Guy, in which she played Peter's mother, Thelma Griffin. An award-winning character actor who plied his trade on stage and screen, Barnard Hughes played World War II vet Buzz Richmond on Blossom, grandfather to the eponymous teen. Hughes died in his native New York in 2006 at age 90. Hughes made headway with his on-screen career in the 70s, scooping an Emmy for his turn as Judge Felix Rushman in Lou Grant, and he popped up in several films in the decades that followed, including Tron, The Lost Boys, and Doc Hollywood. To Blossom fans, however, he will always be Grandpa Buzz Richmond, who loved cigars and women. One in particular was Phyllis Diller's character in Sex, Lies, and Mrs. Peterson. New York native Estelle Getty was an Emmy nominee for 7 consecutive years while playing Sophia Petrillo on The Golden Girls. According to her website, she passed away in 2008 in her own home, surrounded by family. She was 84. Getty performed in Yiddish theater in the early years of her career, which she put on hold after tying the knot in 1946 and took time out to raise a family. Decades later, she made a return to acting, and in 1982, Getty played Mrs. Beckoff in the Broadway debut of Harvey Fierstein's Torch Song Trilogy, and it launched her on-screen career to new heights. The success opened the door to The Golden Girls and Sophia, a career-defining role for her. Getty reprised the role in numerous other shows at the time, including Blossom. The sharp-tongued Sophia popped up in the season 1 episode I Ain't Got No Buddy, in which Blossom gets jealous when Bestie Six makes a new friend. Notable feature film credits include Mask, Mannequin, and Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, where Getty played Sylvester Stallone's gun-toting mother. Hollywood history is littered with stories of talented actors we lost too soon, but few are quite as sad as that of Brittany Murphy, who died under unusual circumstances in December 2009, aged 32. The Los Angeles County Coroner's Office said the death was accidental, claiming that a combination of factors, including, quote, community-acquired pneumonia and multiple drug intoxication, was to blame. When a new documentary about Murphy's death was released in 2020, forensic pathologist Dr. Cyril Wecht told Fox News that he believes it was accidental and that people have to move on, saying, "Now it's all over. There's no way meaningful scientific studies can be done, but there's no question about the pneumonia. This was shown and proven." The Atlanta native was best known for her roles in films like Clueless, Just Married, Sin City, and 8 Mile, in which she played the love interest of Eminem. Before all of that, she played Wendy in the Blossom Season 4 opener, in which the titular teen moves to Paris to live with her mom. Other early roles include Molly on Almost Home and Abby on Party of Five. And Morgan Guilbert, best known as next-door neighbor Millie on The Dick Van Dyke Show, died of cancer in 2016 at the age of 87. Fran Drescher, who played Gilbert's granddaughter on the 90s sitcom The Nanny, said in a tweet, "I feel so sad about Annie. She was brilliant as my Grandma Yetta. Such a sweet woman, too." The Stanford University graduate plied her trade on numerous sitcoms, beginning in 1961 when she made her on-screen debut in an episode of ABC's My Three Sons. She began her 5-year stint on The Dick Van Dyke Show in October 1961 and would go on to land roles in everything from The New Andy Griffith Show to 90s hits like Cheers, Home Improvement, Seinfeld, and The Nanny, on which she played the colorful Grandma Yetta. She once told Stanford magazine, "I got together with the wardrobe lady, and we decided she should just dress outrageously. I just loved playing the character." In 1991, Gilbert guest starred in the Blossom Season 2 episode You Can't Go Home, in which Blossom and Six play Cupid for their divorced parents. It seemed fitting her final appearance was also in a sitcom. She recurred as Shirley Gigi Perkle, mother of Diane Wiest's Dr. John Short, on the CBS show Life in Pieces. Eileen Brennan, nominated for an Oscar for her role in the hit 1980 comedy Private Benjamin, died of bladder cancer in 2013 at age 80, her publicist confirmed to The Hollywood Reporter. Goldie Hawn said in a tribute tweet, "No one ever made me laugh more. Now I cry. Please keep singing, darling, from on high. Rest." Speaking to the Associated Press in 1988, Brennan revealed that playing drill captain Doreen Lewis in Private Benjamin, a role she reprised in the 80s TV show of the same name and led to an Emmy win, was a real blast. She said, "I love meanies. You know why? Because they have no sense of humor. People who are mean or unkind or rigid, think about it, cannot laugh at themselves." Brennan was also known for playing salt-of-the-earth waitress Genevieve in Peter Bogdanovich's The Last Picture Show and brothel Madame Billy in the Paul Newman-led crime caper The Sting. Other notable feature credits include Daisy Miller, At Long Last Love, and the cult classic board game adaptation Glue. In Blossom, Brennan played the title character's neighbor and confidant, Agnes, appearing in 3 Season 1 episodes. She also flexed her chops on the likes of Seventh Heaven, Lizzie McGuire, and Will and Grace, on which she recurred as acting coach Xandra. If you or anyone you know is having suicidal thoughts, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK, 8255.